Mary, about age 7, taken from the poorhouse in Guilford County. Bertha, age 11.
In 1886, a roll call began in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ralph, mother diagnosed
A roll call
with
that offered new
tuberculosis.
life to our
Charles,
society's most
mother
vulnerable.
epileptic. Lawrence, mother died.
The same year that the Statue of Liberty first lifted her lamp of hope to the world, the red clay from the banks of Sugar Creek was transformed into bricks of hope, not for the huddled masses, but for the individual lives of children who were homeless and tempest-tossed. The Episcopal Diocese of North Carolina envisioned an orphanage open to all children and dedicated to the simple concept that God's work can be done by human hands, and God's grace can flow through each human heart, especially the heart of a child. On August 10, 1886, the Board of Managers for Thompson Orphanage affirmed that concept and appointed Edwin Osborne as first superintendent. Osborne believed Thompson Orphanage should be responsible for each child's physical, social, recreational, and spiritual needs, as well as for education and training. Like the bricks formed from the clay of the creek, the children would be molded by work, learning, and worship to emerge as solid citizens, confident in their abilities, assured that they were valued and loved, and ready to make meaningful contributions to society.
William Edward, mother deserted, father
Through the
deceased.
years, thousands of children have benefited from the vision first realized in 1886, and the impact of those transformed lives ripples far beyond Thompson's physical boundaries. No structure represents that heritage more than St. Mary's Chapel, whose bricks were fired from Sugar Creek and whose presence preserves the Thompson legacy within the shadows of Charlotte's skyscrapers and within the memories of those whose names appear on Thompson's roll.
I came in about 1934. Mother was 40 when I was born. She died when I was 2. During the Depression, my daddy couldn't keep me.
I came, I don't remember the year, but it's either 49 or 50. I was in the 4th or 5th grade. I can't remember that either. And I stayed here until I graduated from high school in 1958.
November the 2nd, 1945, my 2 sisters and I came to Thompson.
My mother was widowed in 1937. My twin sister and I were born in 1935, so I never knew my father. And she had 7 children.
And we were actually the only kids at the orphanage who were true orphans because we had lost both of our parents.
I came to Thompson Orphanage in 1957 when I was 10 years old from a little town way up in western North Carolina, Bryson City, with my brother and my sister. And like I said, I stayed until I graduated in 1965.
Right from the beginning, you never felt rejected. You went in and everybody was happy to see you. Oh, we got a new girl, and they start telling you about things.
Coming to Thompson Orphanage, to me, it was about like being at home. We just had a bigger family here.
A typical day was you get up at 6 in the morning, make your bed, and you get dressed for school.
Thompson had their own dairy right here in this, right on this property.
We were up about 5:30 in the morning, went down, milked the cows, came back, got ready for school.
We had a big garden. All the boys were required to help out with the duties of the dairy and the garden work.
And then the girls did the work, putting the laundry and the cooking.
And we had this great sheet presser that it just run the sheets through it and it just pressed them and dried them. Man, I'd love to have one of those things in my house this day, man.
And that night we had to milk the cows again. All of us were assigned a particular cow that we had to look after. And we milked the same cow every day.
Pop Wisnut knew that someday we would have to go out into the world. He did not get that farm for money. He got it to teach the boys to milk the cows and have responsibility.
While we were here, we were 65% self-supporting. We had our own vegetables, our own beef, our pork, our poultry, our dairy products. We just had to buy the basics, you know, the coffee, the sugar, and the things like that.
We lacked for nothing. I mean, you got clothes Easter, you got new clothes during the school year. They had food on the table for us. We had good cottages, bed, a room.
At night in summer, we'd sit on the merry-go-round like we were younger, go around and tell stories. Or in the summer, the boys would play football, and I always had a boyfriend out there.
The only thing bad about it was if you had a date, you had to be home at 10:30 at night.
Now, if you misbehaved and did something you wasn't supposed to do, they sent you away. I got caught for smoking. The only cigarette I smoked in my life.
And I ended up loving the orphanage, loving everybody in it, and all my life I've been involved in some way with them.
I've kind of lived the way that I was taught here. I have my garden.
To me, it laid the foundation for my age. Later on, as I became independent.
I just didn't realize it back then, but it was the best thing that probably ever happened to me.
Although the campus has moved and grown, our founding principles remain intact. Thompson continues to meet the needs of North Carolina's children in the 21st century. We are still a beacon of hope for the homeless and tempest-tossed. But the challenges are great, as homeless now often means loveless homes, where children are not safe, harmed by those entrusted with their care. And the tempest-tossed include loving families in crisis, families who have nowhere else to turn.
Misty, father a drug addict, mother abandoned family. John, mother dead, abused by father.
The connections that he made with people here showed him that it was safe to let people in, and that's why it's so emotional for me, because the people here are so special. This isn't just a job. They're changing lives.
I love to come here. I had good memories.
You can't pick one thing. I'm gonna just keep it real. You can't pick one thing about staying here at Thompson's. It was the trips, the staff. You get bikes, you get to swim, there's so much to like about this place. And you find out that when you leave, it's like, man, that's all I could say. December 21st, 1992 was a happy day, but looking back, knowing that I was pulling out the driveway for the last time, kind of got sad.
Through your support and God's grace, Thompson will continue to be there for children and their families. For 125 years, our mission and commitment has never wavered. Through the strength of our past, we face the future with courage and confidence, because we believe there is no greater calling for tomorrow than the child we serve today.